Welcome to North of the Broad, everyone. I'm Robyn Zimmerman, and as you know, we bring you our show each month from downtown Beaufort and the Pat Conroy Literary Center. And guess who was our first guest? We have the mayor of the city of Beaufort, Stephen Murray. Stephen, good to see you.
Hey, Robyn. Thanks for having me on.
And the reason Stephen is here is that this particular episode of North of the Broad is going to be focused on economic development, not only in the city, but also in the greater county, and why that's important. So I guess that's my first question, Stephen. Why is it important?
Yeah, Robyn. So as you know, probably my greatest passion in public policy is economic development. When I moved home back in 2009, sort of exposed through Leadership Beaufort some of the challenges of those of us who have to work in order to live here. The Census Bureaus from 2005 to 2015 in the city of Beaufort said we lost about 25% of our 21 to 44-year-olds. Meanwhile, we've got a mass in-migration of retirees, and cost of living is going up. You look at the cost of a single-family home now, it's extraordinarily difficult for, again, those who are working here to stay here. And I think if we continue this trajectory of losing our young folks, it's going to have all kind of negative consequences about retention of our culture, workforce in terms of services and restaurants and retail. And I think one of the things that makes our region special is that we are an authentic, diverse place with a diversity of people, diversity of ages. So I'm fear if we continue the trajectory on, we're going to lose a lot of those things. So if you agree with that, then the question becomes, how do we take certain policy steps and create capacity to be able to make some course adjustments over time? Right.
And you were we're going to have John O'Toole on the program in a little bit. He is Executive Director of the Beaufort County Economic Development Corporation, which you were instrumental actually in founding.
I was the founding chairman of the corporation with, there was 4 municipalities and the county got together about 5 years ago. I was kind of the unpaid executive director for about a year and a half, 2 years until we found John, and blessed that we found John and Charlie. So today you're going to hear from the Beaufort Digital Corridor, which I was sort of the executive sponsor with the city to get started with Ernest Andrade in Charleston. The Beaufort Digital Corridor, the Economic Development Corp with John, and then the South Coast Cyber Center, which is our newest initiative with Colonel Warren Parker, which I currently serve as vice chair on.
Yeah, I'm really excited to meet him. I have not met him, and to learn more about what the Cyber Center is doing.
Well, we are blessed to have such great people in all of these organizations that are the tip of our economic development spear. And again, the goal is to diversify our economy, because in Beaufort we're primarily military and tourism and hospitality, which are great, right? I mean, I don't think we should abandon those, but I'm of the belief that the military of the future is more brain power and less manpower. So I think we should expect maybe a lessening of military impact over time, right? So what's that economically going to do for us? And then in terms of tourism and hospitality, if you look at tourism destinations around the world, they continuously have to have more volume of visitors and travelers. And I think at some point there needs to be a limit of how large our hospitality industry expands. And so diversifying this third leg of our economic stool, I think is really important because it gives us some choice and allows us to be a sustainable place. In addition, creating really great jobs for people. So the Digital Corridor was set up for tech and entrepreneurship, and you'll hear from Jess later, which are really great paying jobs that don't mess with natural resources. The Economic Development Corp is around manufacturing and distribution. Again, really great paying jobs that provide tax-based sustainability. And then the Cybersecurity Initiative is also really about great jobs in a need in America that we simply can't fill enough seats. About 500,000 job openings for cybersecurity right now that we can't fill. And I don't know about you, but I don't think we can outsource our offshore cybersecurity.
No, okay, so why is it important for the city to collaborate with all of these entities that we'll be talking with in just a bit?
Well, I think the city is a small entity. If you look at like the World Economic Forum's Future of Jobs report, it talks about how fast the world is changing because of technology and globalization. And so we can no longer stay in our silos. We just don't have the resources. Again, the problems are more complex. They're moving at us at a faster pace. So the future is really collaboration and resource allocation. And so something I'm really proud of is at the city is we have our educational partners at the table. We have these NGOs at the table. We're working with other local governments. We're working with state government. So everybody is under the tent, bringing all their resources. We create, whatever our shared goals are. And then, through having these shared goals, we can leverage those resources to accomplish our goals even faster.
Very good. And are you having a good summer?
I'm having a great summer. It's Water Festival right now. It's a little hot out, but overall, we are blessed to live in the Lowcountry, and I'm honored to be the mayor of my hometown.
Thank you, Stephen. Good to see you again. And coming up after the break, we'll talk with Warren Parker. He is the Executive Director of the South Coast Cyber Center. Stay tuned.